Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Whenever you come across this video, thank you so much for choosing to spend a little bit of time with me. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. I love you guys so much. Thank you for all the likes, shares, and subscribes. Everyone is booking, making purchases off the website, pledges to the Patreon, sending things to the P.O. Box, and purchases off the wish list. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Family, I love you. Grand Rising. Hey, listen, for anyone that was worried, I've got plenty of fluid now. Wink, wink. Plenty of fluid now. Thank you, Tink. Tink was so concerned that she had these sent to me. So, anyways, thank you, Tink. I'll be lighting plenty of incense for the rest of my life. All right, let's get in some messages. You know, I was so excited to be here. I didn't even pre-shovel. Hold up. Grand Rising. Okay, I'm back. So I thought this was actually going to be the reading for Patreon, but it seems as though I'm going to go ahead and do this one over here on YouTube. Speaking of, let's take a little poll. If you'd like me to move like the Patreon things over to a membership on YouTube, and just kind of alleviate Patreon and just kind of do it in one place, let me know. I feel like I don't know, that might be something I'm thinking about doing. Okay, so but anyways, let's get back to the message. The song, well, really the line, the lyric in a song is and the judge in the town's got bloodstains on his hands. Oof. Okay, and then in the pre-shuffle, I kind of got this feeling where there was someone, whether it was a judge or someone, that they made an opinion or a decision. They made a judgment, right? I feel like they met up with someone, maybe even like in someone's house, okay? And decided to either agree, or it's almost like I feel like whomever they went to their house, right? They were like maybe trying to like sway a decision. And again, this isn't necessarily a judge for everyone. Maybe, you know, judge being symbolism of somebody who's making some sort of judgment about someone or something else, right? There was persuasion that was done. And this persuasion was done, it seems like in a personal space. It's almost like these people, this group of people or a couple of people or something like that, brought them into a space to give them a certain kind of impression about themselves, right? So it's like, oh, well, this person has a nice home, right? And they're doing well, right? Like, there's crosses on the wall, right? Like, there's, surely it's clean in here, like that type of thing, right? So it's like, surely they're being honest, or they're telling the truth, or do you know what I mean? It's like that kind of feeling. So it feels like yeah, look at this. We have despair, we have 5 of Wands, and we have the truth be told here. And the judge in the town's got bloodstains on his hands. Look, and Maui's going crazy. Hold on. Okay. And so again, this doesn't necessarily, I want to remind people, right? A lot of times when I do readings like, that seem a little bit serious like this, I usually do them on Patreon because people don't listen to hear, they listen to respond, to react in some situations. It's like, just understand that it's not necessarily a judge, but somebody who is making some sort of judgment in some type of way, okay? I'm picking up maybe political energy. Could even have to do with like career. Yeah, all right. Anyways, so just want to make it clear, okay? For some of you, it is an actual judge, okay? Just put it as it fits. All right. What do we need to know about this, okay? Ooh, okay. So I'm not sure. Well, maybe get back further into that here. Oh, okay. This is what, okay. Whomever this was, right? This Five of Wands, despair energy, okay? Um, there is this space where collective you or someone else is kind of looking like a star right now, okay? Um, there, it's like if you left somewhere, right? Because I am picking up on that energy is like maybe you weren't around, and that's why this was, they were able to kind of, I heard, pull this off, okay, because you weren't around. There is this energy where I feel like, um, I'm kind of getting with that star being on her head there, it's very attractive to me. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm really drawn to that. And I get this feeling where I feel as though the divine kind of put you in someone's view. Do you know what I mean? Like there was like this energy of like drawing someone's attention or maybe multiple people's attention or yeah, and what they're seeing is like you have, you know, um created a new life for yourself, whether you left somewhere or left a situation, um or a job, or I don't know, there's something here where you've left a situation, and again, people took advantage of that, um of your absence, okay? But it's almost like um there's something about the divine bringing some sort of attention to you, right? Kind of putting you in front of um, the judge in some type of way, okay? Um, to kind of show here, right? Truth be told, the truth is, right? This person has created a new life for themselves. So whatever it is that they were told was false. Now, I'm hearing there may have been some truth to it at some point in time, but it's not real anymore. Yeah, you've changed. Or this, look, we have yin energy. This is you showing up in this feminine energy. Masculine or feminine, right? We both have both energies, right? But I may be talking predominantly to feminines here, where you have really, where like in the past, you may have been forced or predominantly in a masculine energy. There's something significant about really leaning into this feminine energy. And for the masculines, it's like there's something about your feminine energy that is healed, okay? That's bringing out a more, I want to, not that you weren't gentle, but it's like it could be considered gentle. I feel like there's kind of this, and you would be able to feel the difference, right? It's almost like there's been some sort of edge that's been taken off, right? Because there's been some sort of like healing within your feminine energy that balances out some sort of like the, because the masculine energy is like the doer, right? The go-getter, the one that makes it happen. And then the feminine energy is that energy that slows down and takes care of herself and attracts the things, right? The masculine plants the seeds. The feminine, has that energy that makes the garden, waters the garden, right? Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like that type of energy here where, for the masculines, your feminine energy here has healed. It's almost like, stepped up or like stood up to stand next to or to integrate with that masculine energy. It kind of feels like there's like an edge that's been taken off. If that makes any sense, let me know. Because I'm not a man. So, uh, but yeah, okay. Oh, fudge sickles, and here is the masculine energy. Collective. Okay. Okay, so we have a balance, both masculine and feminine energy within. And this is what is being seen, right? That ability, exactly what I just described within both women and feminine, right? The masculine energy, that go getter, and the feminine energy, the creator here. Wow. Hoo-wee. Oof. Okay. I feel intense. There's something very significant about this, though, that's being seen within you. You're very balanced. You're very grounded. You're very healed here. I also heard you know what you're talking about. I'm I don't know if there was like some sort of misunderstanding that maybe you didn't know what you're talking about. Oh, people are silly, aren't they? All right, let's see. Yeah, they're bringing it back around here with the judge, though. As the judge in the town got blood stains on his hands. Yeah. Right. There was a misconception here, Somebody's in despair because it was... Okay. All right. And again, this doesn't have to be a real judge. Could be. But there is concern here, right? Because of this misjudgment, right? Say, for instance, we are talking about a real judge. That judge should have never been at that person's house. Do you know what I'm saying? And there is something, where they may be getting some sort of message of concern, right? Because a judge is supposed to be non-biased. They're supposed to look at the facts. They're supposed to, look at the evidence, okay? They're not supposed to be visiting people's houses. Like, that's for, lawyers and attorneys to do. And again, I've never really been too much involved in like the judicial system. You know, um, Knock on wood, not that I really, in the past, I just was one that never got caught, right? Like I wasn't perfect, okay? I mean, I wasn't terrible, but I've made some mistakes, that's for sure. Um, Now I feel like I'm, in the clear. I don't necessarily have anything to worry about. But you know, um yeah. Okay, sorry. We went on a tangent. Where are we at here? Yeah. So there's maybe someone that's getting a message of concern here. Tell me about this. This is either whoever that judge was, right? Or someone connected to um, this judge. Hey, Maui buddy. Yeah, this person, they're concerned because there may be some sort of, because we have courthouse here in the distant horizon, so there may be some sort of like court date or like a meeting, or there's something that's coming, okay, in the distant horizons here, where I feel like maybe somebody's getting some sort of, again, you've been seen, right? So there is some sort of message of concern here. Hmm. There's something very interesting about this gift here. And because it's like, and I think that that's significant. There was something interesting about a gift that was supposed to, it was supposed to change something. It was supposed to like bring out some sort of truth here or evidence. It's almost like giving you something and then watching what you do with it, right? And it's like this energy of this was supposed to prove a point and it didn't. And that's where this is like, that's where this star is coming through, right? This, it's like you're being seen in this way. Mm. Yeah, they're like, man. Yeah. So someone's in despair here because I guess they misjudged. And I think we all do that sometimes, right? Um, or at least in the past, we've done that maybe. But with that song, the judge in the town's got blood stains on his hands. That sounds serious, right? There's something like maybe serious attached to this, right? Because there is, we have concern out here a couple times with despair. There's a heavy energy around this, for mistaking you. Okay. All right. Let's see. The judgment card. I can't. I couldn't make this up if I tried. Oh, shit. Okay. Okay. The star. Please don't. Please. Actually, please keep going. Thank you. Oh, I love the confirmations. Yeah. The judgment and the star? Right. But it's like, yeah. It's like your light maybe was very dull before. Do you know? Something, Yeah, but you're being seen very well. Okay? There's been judgment that we're going back up to this masculine, this feminine energy, your ability to balance those. People are looking at this kind of like, I feel like this life that you've created for yourself, or built, or whether it be a new, like I said, you've left something, right? Relationship, town, job, whatever it may be, right? Um, Friend group, I don't know. And again, there was you're being seen in a very, very positive light. And there again was these energies, there was some sort of influence. There was some sort of, and I just can't help but feel whatever that was, right? The environment actually had a lot to do with the influence. Like it was like, again, I'm being drawn to like maybe like the crosses on the wall, or like, it was just a well furnished, clean something, okay? Yeah, with this Three of Swords here, I feel like this person, or these people, or this, again, it's like the judge, right? Or whoever this is, the Knight of Swords, right? Is feeling kind of like, I almost want to say betrayed, and usually that's the Ten of Swords, but yeah, they were quick to attack here. Someone that was standing on their own. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Knight of Wands coming out on the Judgment. Very quick. Very quick. It was almost like, okay, I got another meeting to get to, thanks. You know what I mean? Like, just like, yeah. Literally right here, Two of Swords, somebody had a decision to make, right? And they were looking at this person, right? This person was like, hey, come over, you know, I want to talk to you about, you know, and they've got all this money around, right? This person caused confusion, right? Planted all these seeds in this person's head. Yeah, then we have a Tower, though, the Three of Wands, because now they see, right? There may be some sort of ships coming in for you here. Yeah, there's something here. Hold on. Right, this could just even be like a community, right? Where it's like, you know, maybe everyone in the community listens to like one particular person. That seems odd to me, but a little culty. But what do I know? Anyways, so, yeah. Essentially, yeah, we have the Ace of Wands. That's giving me the gavel. That's exactly what I was thinking too, like in my mind. Like somebody like, you know, they for some of you it's like a real deal, like it's a real thing, but again, there is this concern. They're getting a message of concern because there's been some sort of like new, I don't know if it's like a new judgment or if it's like something's been brought to someone's attention here, okay? Look, the King of Cups with the Hierophant. Excuse me. Yeah. Okay. So, should we leave it there? Should we just get some final messages? Okay, they're saying leave it here. So, we're going to leave it here. But this is what's going on. You know, for those of you, I guess, because it does feel kind of loose-ended, and that may actually be where it is right now, right? Loose-ended because there's been some sort of judgment in the past, okay? And it seems like, you know, you or someone or something that you're doing, whatever it is being seen. Something's being brought to the attention of, okay? And this has brought in a level of concern, but it still seems as though it's like open-ended right now, right? Like there's really no decision, but you are being seen as the Star and the Six of Wands in a very positive light. Okay, all of those things that I said, yeah. So what's open-ended is actually, I heard the backlash of this misconception. Is that the right word? It's what I heard. Misjudgment, misunderstanding. Yeah. Yeah, I heard be careful who you listen to, okay? Um, anyone can hang a cross on their wall. Okay? All right. Anyway, oh, and the Judgment card wanted to stay out with the Tower. I'm telling you. Yeah. All right, my darlings. I love you so very much. If you need anything from me, that's in the description box below. Don't forget our new thing, Popcall, that we can try out. That's in the description box. Otherwise, everything else is there. I love you guys so much. We'll see you next time.